This video is brought to you by
Cool Grain Clothing. We done gone worldwide and we coming straight out of Baltimore. Come on down, shop with us at 215 West Saratoga Street. And if you can't come and shop with us in person, go online right now at coolgrainclothing.com and make your purchase. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way, and that's just basic.
What's going on, YouTube, fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end so you can hear the full story and all the details in the case. For my day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. With that being said, let's get right into the story. It's not easy to navigate this thing we call life. There's so many situations and roadblocks out here that can knock you off your square. For some, they just roll with the punches, play the game with the cards they were dealt. If they grew up seeing trapping and shooting all day, then that's just what it is. And that's what they decide or feel like they gotta do to survive. But for others, they choose their own path. They love their peoples and where they come from, but knowing, watching people, seeing the same cycle and them doing the same things over and over with the same results is considered insanity. They dare to be different and switch it up. Rather skipping the corners in a jail cell to be a family man or going to college to get a degree. It takes a strong-minded individual to go right when the crowd all are going left. But in my humble opinion, when you try to walk the right way, that's when the most test comes your way. It's like the evil in the universe throws things at you left and right. It could come from family and friends you thought that had genuine love for you, switching up, turning on you, to a random person in the streets that just decides one day they have a problem with you and call you out. For some, they see the trap a mile away and know that's nothing but the devil trying to trick me out of position. But others might not be to that point in their life yet. If somebody plays with them or they feel disrespected, they will react accordingly and engage in a situation, no matter what it is. But sometimes the toughest thing a person could do is think about everything they have to lose and choose to walk away, because some people will take it all from you in the blink of an eye or the flash of a bullet. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we'll be discussing how an altercation on a downtown Baltimore block led to a man being Baltimore's most wanted. Back in the summer of 2022, 25-year-old Ryan Harris was in the prime of his life. Described as a humble, genuine young man with a good spirit, hard-working, and dedicated to the things most important to him in life. Ryan had a lot to live for and to be thankful for. The father of two, loved his kids and his job, as it wasn't just Ryan, but Sergeant Ryan, as he was a decorated soldier in the U.S. Army and had served his country overseas in Kuwait from 2018 to 2019 before returning back home to Maryland, staying in the reserves and getting a job at Fort Meade as a computer IT tech with big dreams, even going back to college to further his education and career. Ryan's main focus was providing a better life for his two young kids. Already having an associate's degree, he was working towards a bachelor's degree and had recently moved from his family's home to his own place, a nice apartment downtown, not too far from the harbor on South Calvert Street. It seemed like the young man had made a way for himself, beat the odds, and was destined for greatness. But in the early morning hours of June 16th, 2022, things would take a turn. Close to 4 a.m., Ryan and a few associates were not too far from his apartment in the 200 block of East Redwood Street. Summertime in downtown Baltimore, they were just out having fun, coming from hanging out, when somewhere in the mix, him and his two homeboys got into an argument with another man. It's not clear what the beef was about, but it went from words to one of the men picking up a traffic cone, swinging it at the other man before walking in the building. Minutes later, Ryan and his 2 associates were still in the area. He was standing with one of the men who was hit with the cone when the person who hit him and another man walked out the building. Seconds later, multiple shots went off. BPD was called to the location to find 3 men, all in their 20s, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. One would not survive his injuries, and unfortunately, the victim was Ryan. As his family got the news, they were heartbroken, devastated, but also confused, stating the young man didn't bother nobody. He had just moved in the area. They didn't understand what could have happened. Witnesses told police it was a scuffle, and the man hit one of Ryan's associates with a cone before then going in the building to get the shooter. Usually a safe area, residents were in shock. Some spoke out on how they felt they had to look over their shoulder every day. But with the area being in downtown Baltimore with cameras everywhere, BPD got their first lead. They caught everything, the altercation and the shooting. As the video was released to the public, people came forward and revealed who they felt the shooter was. A 31-year-old man named Jamal Smith, but Jamal was in the wind, MIA, now on the run. And due to his prior records and now being accused of first-degree hit in 2 attempts, as fortunately the other 2 victims survived their injuries. That was enough to put him on the Maryland's most wanted list. But Ryan's family still had no closure. Ryan's mother spoke out about how hard it was explaining to her grandkids their father was gone over what seemed to be a senseless dispute and altercation. She wanted her son to be remembered as a protective older brother, excellent father, and a sergeant who served his country proudly. As months went by, police still couldn't locate Jamal. Months turned into a year, and then a year and a half, before BPD got a tip on where Jamal was hiding out at, a home on North Milton Avenue in East Baltimore. On January 22nd, 2024, a task force went to the home and demanded Jamal surrender. At first, the man refused, but after a brief standoff, he decided to give up without a fight. He was taken into custody, charged with the slaying of Ryan and the 2 attempts on the 2 other men. Also a DV charge that he caught while on the run in Baltimore County. He also allegedly had other cases that went federal. It was never stated what the dispute was about, but later that year, prosecutors offered Jamal a plea deal to cop out to all charges to receive a life sentence, all suspended with 60 years in prison, in which him and his attorney declined the offer. As of now, I couldn't find any new updates on the case. Rest in peace to Ryan. I send my prayers and condolences to his family and kids. It's crazy to go overseas, survive an actual war zone, just to come back home and lose your life in the streets over an argument. That goes back to what I was saying earlier. For a lot of people, if somebody comes at them aggressive with that kind of energy, they match that. I can't talk. I'm guilty of that myself. I'm still a work in progress, as we all are. In a situation like this, yeah, Ryan could have just went home, but after his homie got hit with the cone, he probably felt it was a petty situation. Nobody got hurt and it was over with. Not knowing, dude went in the building and allegedly got Jamal to come back out and shoot. But y'all let me know what y'all think about the situation. And how do you yourself handle situations and people you feel like are on some negative type of time, trying to bring harm your way or trick you out of position? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, man, crazy story. Rest in peace to Ryan. I'll definitely send my prayers to his family. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. This is another episode of the Baltimore Way. This your boy Tony 2 times. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. I'm out. Yo, what's the word, fam? We got a deal for you so you can get your fashion right this summer to get 10% off your purchase at Cool Green Clothing. All you gotta do is click the link in the comments. I'ma pin it right there for you. Add your items for purchase in the cart. Before you complete your order, type in code 2x10TV to get 10% off your purchase. Again, be sure to tap that link because without that, you can't get your discount. And that's code 2TIMESTV10. We appreciate your love and support.